Hello once again, my name is Emmanuel Daniels, and on this Microsoft Excel dashboard presentation course we are going to look at how to use the checkbox in our dashboard presentation. Now, I said before that we use the checkbox to deselect or select options, and to do that you need to go to the Developers tab of the ribbon under the Controls group, and then you select the checkbox. Now let's insert the checkbox here. Now this is the checkbox. Now at this point we are going to, after inserting the checkbox, we have to format our control. So you select the control and you right click and then you click format control. Now here, this is the state we want it to be when the checkbox is added to our worksheet. We want it to be unchecked, which signifies that it is false. When it is checked, it means that it is true. Now, the cell that Excel will output the result, we need to select the cell link and we want it to be, let me use a 3D shading, we want it to be on another worksheet. So we select this worksheet where our data model is here, and this is where we want Excel to output the result of the checkbox. So now take a look at this. Now this checkbox is unchecked, and which means false. Now look at the data model here. We have our raw data here on this area of our worksheet. Now this, let's say this are sales result for 2 years, 2016 and 17. This is the data layer of our dashboard, and this is the analysis layer which we are going to use to feed our chart. Of course, we have mentioned this, that we have the data layer, the analysis layer, and the report, the presentation. Now here what we have done is that we want to achieve here, we want to use the checkbox to turn off or on a chart series. Now what we are going to do here, from the data model here, we want this chart series to always show. That is 2017, we want it to always show. Then we don't want this one to show all the time. We want to use the checkbox to switch on and off. So what we are going to do here is that what we actually did to use an Excel function, telling Excel that if what we have in this area here, in this switch, is true, that is if it is on, we want Excel to display the result of this, that is to display what you have in C12 here. Otherwise, what do we want Excel to do? We want Excel to display an error value. Now, where do we expect Excel to display an error value? That is if it is false, we want Excel to display an error value, because we are going to use this to feed into our charts, and Excel does not recognize this error value in our chart. So any result will make the chart to be empty. Of course, the Excel will not show the chart series that applies to any result that contains this error value. So when it is false, we don't want Excel to show this error value. But when it is true, now if you look at here, if you come here and click on the checkbox and you look at the data model sheet, you see that true is shown here. If you go back and you can see that the chart series is turned on. If you click here, it shows you false. So we are going to use this to plot our chart. So you select the range of the data here. So basically this is how you use the checkbox, and you insert chart. We want to insert a combination chart. We want to insert a combination chart. To select more, so that we can select the option here. Now I want it to be false. I want it to be true. Let's make it to be true so that we can see the chart that we are going to insert. So I want that data layer to show. Let's go back and let's make this data layer to show, so that we have true here. Then we can now create our chart. You come here and click on charts, and you click on more, and then we select the type of chart. The chart we want to use is a combo chart. We want 2017 to be a column chart, and we want 2016, that is the chart series we want to hide, to be a line chart. Okay, so now we now have to take this chart, move it to our report layer. So we are going to select the chart and move this chart as object in our checkbox dashboard sheet. Then it comes to this sheet, and then this is where we want to place our chart here. Let's put the chart here. Okay, let's put the chart. Let's reduce the size of our chart. Okay, then you can put it here in this way. Okay, now it is true, when you click on, you can see that when you click on the checkbox, you turn off the chart series, and you click on the checkbox again, you can turn on the chart series. So you can see how you can use a checkbox to turn off and on, because sometimes the user may not want to see this particular one. At times you can add more than one chart series that you want to turn off. So you can make 2 chart series to be off, but at any point you want 1 or more chart series to show. So you have to use the function here, the if function, and tell Excel that we want to display this chart series. If it is true, then Excel should write out what you have from the data model. That is, the analysis layer is speaking from the data model and then using to feed into our dashboard report. So this is a typical way to use a checkbox to turn off and on a chart series. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you very much for listening.